Hello, welcome. I wanted to share with you my newest fountain pen kind of obsession, I guess. Is this Yinhao X159 fountain pen. I think I'm not a pen expert, so I'm going to talk about this pen from the point of view of someone who loves stationery, who loves fountain pen, but I'm far from being a fountain pen expert. But I thought it would be worthwhile sharing or talking about this pen because I think it's a very, very, very nice fountain pen for a very affordable price. At first I was hesitant about buying it because of the size. I tend to shy away from large pens because I usually don't find them comfortable to write with. I gravitate towards smaller pens, like this one is I think one of my favorites, the TWSBI Mini. And I have a growing collection of Kaweco fountain pens because I just like things that fit nicely in my hand, and these are like the weight, the size, I find it perfect. So I'm not a big fan of big sized fountain pens. For example, the Lamy Safaris, they're nice to write with, but I don't love the size. And I think that before this one, the only big, because they're not really big, I mean there are some huge fountain pens out there. I don't have any of those. I think the biggest one I had before this one was this TWSBI. So this TWSBI pen was my one exception when it came to the size, my dislike for big-ish pens. So that's a little background. So I was hesitant on buying this Yinhao 159 because of the size. But I saw many great reviews about this pen and I was like, why not try it? It's only $15. I mean, it's not like wondering if I should spend $50 for a pen that I may not like. I was like, it's $15. So I decided to buy it. You can find it on Amazon and I've been loving it. It is so smooth to write. As a very brief description, this fountain pen is made in China and it features a large shiny black resin body and chrome hardware. The nib is quite large. I mean, to me it is large. Here it is compared to the TWSBI. I mean, you can see there's a big difference in the nib. And these ones are supposed, I think that you can only get them in fine. But to me, the fine point that they sell feels more like a medium nib. But like I mentioned, the size, the weight, how it balances in the hand, everything about how it feels and how it writes. This has been my go-to pen for journaling. When I intend to have long sessions of writing, I have been gravitated towards this pen because it is so comfortable. And it is so affordable that I decided to get more colors because I just love it so much. So I decided to get this ivory one with gold hardware. Well, it's not actually gold, but golden hardware, and the nib is kind of gold and silver. I also got these ones. I'm going to do two of these are for gifts. I'm going to give away to a friend and a family member, and I just thought the colors are gorgeous. Look at this. And yeah, like you can tell it's acrylic. Or resin, if not acrylic. Maybe acrylic is not the right term, but you can tell it's, I mean, plastic at the end of the day. You can tell it's plastic. It feels like plastic, but it feels nice. It doesn't feel like super cheap like some other plastic pens. And for something like usually affordable pens, for $15 you get something that looks very informal and, you know, student grade. So I think that this is a very fair price for something that will look very nice on your desk. And my brother loved it because he said like, oh, it can look like it has something fancy to write with, but I wouldn't have a heart attack if I lost it or I break it. I mean, you can go to work with one of these and look like you have something nice, but I mean, it wouldn't be the end of the world if you lost it. So I think that's a huge pro of this pen. For example, compared to the Kaweco, like the plastic ones, these ones range from, what is it, like $20 or like $19 to $27. Kind of the same price range as the Lamy Safaris. So again, I think this is a very good deal for $15. So if some of you are looking for an affordable fountain pen that will look nice, you know, respectable to take to work, but you don't want to spend a lot of money. Another thing I liked about these pens is that they all come with their own converter, which is, I appreciate that because I like to work with my own ink. I don't like to work with cartridges, and with most pens I have to buy separate the converter. But in case you like working with cartridges, I think they work with standard international ink cartridges. They don't include it, they only come with the converter. So that's definitely a pro for me in regards to this pen. This is the one I have currently inked. These ones, two of them, because they're going to be gifts. I may keep one of them, but I know two for sure are going to be gifts. They don't have ink. And this one, I'm cleaning it up to change ink. So this is the one I have inked up. And they are kind of, to me, they're wet pens. They throw a decent amount of ink. And yeah, that the nib, they only come in fine nib, or what they call a fine nib. But to me, this feels more like a medium size nib, which is fine. I mean, I love the way this writes. It's just so smooth. I just wanted to share with you these pens that I have been loving. I think they're a great option. Even as a gift, they look very nice and they feel very nice. So yeah, it's an option, it's out there. I'm going to share the links of people who actually know more technical aspects of why this pen is so cool. But so far I do recommend them. I've been loving it. Okay, so I'll see you in the next one.